Hello you guys, I thought I would just come and show you how I put my Velcro rollers in. This is one of those videos that I think would be really boring for you, but a couple of you asked, even though I said I don't do it with any, you know, any particular way. And so yeah, I thought I would come and show you. So my hair is 80% dry, I suppose you could say. I find it difficult to get it dry, you know, the same amount of dry all over. So like the front bits are actually dry, but these bits in the middle are still wet. But as I told you, I just grab a roller, whichever one it is, although to be fair, they're all pretty much the same size, and just grab a bit of hair. I literally part it as I have done now, which is in a sort of side parting, and then just get going. So that's what we'll do. The only thing I would say is you're going to get a very unflattering view of my double chin, I'm afraid, because when I'm sort of looking down like that, then it's, like I said, not the most flattering. So I get a piece. I'm going to try and explain to you how I do it, just in case anybody doesn't know how to use them. So I get a piece of hair that's about like that, get my Velcro roller, and I sort of start brushing it with the Velcro roller, fold the hair over, and then pull it until this bit of hair here can sit underneath the bit that's on top of it. And then I roll, and I try and hold it as far upwards as I can, like not like that, but like that, because that will give you more volume. And then when it's close against my head, I'll put a clip on like so. So I am just going to do that all the way around. I have just put in an online order, and I'm not sure if I feel guilty about it or not, because myself and my best friend, we were supposed to meet for lunch last week, and obviously we can't do that. And we've been talking about online order, and she was asking if I'm doing it. She's not doing it because it's both of our husbands' birthdays in April. And I was saying to her, God, what are you going to get Morgan for his birthday, you know? And she was saying that they've decided to postpone his birthday, and I thought, well, flipping heck, I've put in a couple of orders, not many, but a couple of orders from Amazon, because I had already chatted to my Amazon delivery guy, and I was asking him if he was going to continue working and whatnot, and he was like, yes, he's got a pregnant wife, and he's like, you know, I need to pay my bills, I'm not going to get paid if I don't do this, because I don't know whether they're self-employed or, yeah, I can't remember what company it is that do the deliveries, or whether it's different companies, I don't know. With the combs, it's hard to know where to put them sometimes. If I put them too far back like that, it catches on the rest of my hair. And so I think it's best to do it this way at the base of the roller. And you can, somebody asked me, how do you do them without the clip? So you do it exactly the same. It's just because I like to have my hair really quite soft. They can fall out, even though I do spray them with hairspray once I'm done. And so this just gives them that little bit of extra security. Just thinking you might need to be even further back to see this. So I'm just going to roll this one under. I do sometimes put this one the other way, like roll it up, but it doesn't seem to make that much difference, to be honest with you. Anyway, I just got a delivery that I was kind of expecting, but I didn't know if she was still going to send it out. I'm just taking that one out because, can you see the hairs coming over the edge like that? This is the problem with having thick hair. I have to put so many of these in my hair, and there's obviously too much in that one. And then once I blow dry it, it can get all tangly. See what I mean about double chin? It can get all tangly, and I need to be, you know, the hair to be right in the middle, not to be spilling over the edges. So I got this delivery that I wasn't expecting, because I haven't been putting in anything. I've put in 2 orders for Kev's birthday, and then my other online orders have been things that I can't do without. So Watson's food, for example, the food he eats I order online, and he's not, for health reasons and fussiness, I couldn't just go to the pet shop and get food. And anyway, they say that if you can do it online, do it online. So I asked the guy of this unexpected delivery if he wanted to be working, like if he was hoping that people would stop shopping, or whether or not he was hoping they would keep shopping. And he's like, oh my God, please keep shopping. He said, because I've got, you know, bills to pay and mouths to feed, and it was his choice to continue working. So yeah, I thought that was interesting because I had been saying to my friend, oh God, I don't know what to do, because you know, with a guy with a pregnant wife, you think, well, by me ordering, I'm putting him at risk. But then you think, well, he's choosing to do his job. They've both said they're choosing to do the job, the two I've spoken to. And there's got to be some level of personal accountability, hasn't there? Well, I suppose, does there? So this is what I mean. I just don't know what to do for the best, because I'd hate to be the one endangering people. But they were saying, you know, we want the economy there needs to be some economy left after all this happens. I mean, of course, health should come first, but there does also need to be jobs for people. You know, we don't want to go into another huge recession, or, you know, a situation where there's no jobs or anything like that. Because that would, you know, that results in more crime, that results in more suicide, and I don't know. Tell me what you think. Are you guys that are in lockdown, or in the UK, I don't know where else is in lockdown, are you still online ordering? Oh goodness, talking of, yeah, it was a delivery. It was one of Kev's presents, actually. It was some golf balls, putting balls, because of course Kev is missing the golf. You can't go to the golf range, you can't go to the driving range or to his golf course or anything like that. So I think he's really missing it. So these are special practice balls. And I asked him, he was a bit non-committal, but I'm not sure he totally understood what I was saying, because he was not an English speaker. But what was I saying? I was just saying I feel guilty, so I'd love to know what you guys think. You know, I think I was saying that the orders that I've put in have not been frivolous things. They've been not essentials, because, you know, Kev's birthday is not essential. And there's been no government advice on what to do regarding online. So far anyway, as I do this video, I did check. And we've got Watson's food, and I've got Kev's birthday presents, and that's all I had done up until today. And then speaking to my friend, I was like, you know what, I'm going to ask the delivery drivers. And then the guy came with this unexpected delivery, which is actually tan stuff. It's from a company that I didn't think should be sending it still. It's to try out some new tan, so I'm quite excited about it, but like I said, I wasn't expecting it. But then when I asked him, I thought, wow, okay. He's like, yes, please keep on spending money, because I would really like to keep my job. And he's not, that guy just there as well said he's not going to get paid if he doesn't have a job, and he needs to be paid. See there again, that's falling off the end. That's because there's too much hair. I could literally, sometimes I have so many rollers in my hair. I probably could fit about 24 rollers on my head. And then it's just a bit too packed. So you can see what I mean, hopefully, that I'm not, there's no sort of order to it. I suppose I've got two there, and then I'm just taking bits of hair and hoping for the best. And now I'm into smaller rollers, so I'll just use the smaller rollers. I tend to use the smaller rollers, I think, when I've run out of the medium-sized ones, so they tend to be at the back. I don't always need one of those clips in, but I will put them in so that I can blow dry my hair and them not come out, because sometimes, like I said, because I condition my hair so much, you can blow dry it and the roller can just come out, just fall out. The back bit is so hard to do. So I'm really looking forward to trying the tan stuff, actually, because I was definitely in the market for some new tan stuff. And in fact, that's what I was going to tell you. I've now put an order in, which is totally frivolous. After talking to the delivery guy saying, yes, please spend money so I can deliver things to you and still keep my job. But now I've put the order in, and now I'm thinking, oh, was it the right thing to do? You know, when you're just totally second guessing yourself. It's funny, there's been so many dilemmas like that. I was talking on Patreon about the one about dog walking, because it's been on TV about people driving to places to walk their dogs, and we were doing that. We haven't done it the last couple of days. But what they said the actual legalities of it is that there is no restriction. You can go to drive your dog for a walk, but it's not essential travel. So they would prefer you didn't. But that the police apparently seem to just be, depending on what city they're in, they're giving different advice, because I've met the police twice. I met the police twice while I was out walking Watson at one of these places, and I'm not driving miles away, because the people in Derbyshire that were caught on drones, that was kind of the main story. They had actually driven from like a neighbouring city. I wouldn't believe in my city. I'm only driving like 10 minutes away. And also those people had moved roadblocks that were there, you know, so obviously I'm not doing that. But yeah, I met the police and I said to them, is this okay? They didn't get out of the car or anything. They just put their thumb up and said it was fine. And then that happened 2 days in a row at 2 different places. So I was like, okay, it seems to be fine here. And I thought, well, if they did ask me why was I doing it, I would say that because I live in blocks of flats, there is 1,000 to 2,000 people just in my little street, and everybody knows everybody. And every time I was going out, somebody would just come up to me. It's like nobody was paying attention to the rules. And it was actually easier to be isolated going for a walk elsewhere. I was about to start talking to the mirror then instead of you guys. I'm going crazy. And there's this one guy that lives around here that really has no sense of personal space, and I'm not sure if he has some mental health issues, but he really, you know, he's somebody, I know his dogs, I know him, and whenever you talk to him, he stands very close. You know, one of those people that you move away and he moves towards you, and whenever I see him, we end up like doing this sort of dance where I'm constantly moving back and he's constantly moving towards me. And I met him since lockdown, and he hasn't changed. You know, he's still doing that. And people have said to me, well, you should have just told him to move 2 meters away, but I don't know, I feel a bit silly doing that, which I shouldn't do. I suppose it's my own bloody health. This is that LA Hold Hair Spritz by Giovanni that I was talking about, that I got off, I think, Cult Beauty or something like that. Yeah, so that's why we were driving with Watson, because firstly it would tire him out more, because, you know, he's only allowed, we thought it was 1 walk at first, but it's 2, as long as Kev and I go separately. Like, I can go for my exercise and take Watson. Kev can go for his exercise and take Watson. So that's what we're doing. And then actually he's having a 3rd one, but it's just a really quick business break outside and back in again, because he won't go in the garden. And obviously not everybody here has gardens, but yeah, it's a funny one. We're trying to do the right thing, you know. And I think a lot of people would criticise us for driving places, but it's actually definitely easier to social distance by driving to one of these places. Everybody stayed out of everybody's way, and you know, you don't bump into people that you know. When we've gone out here, we've literally bumped into 4 or 5 people that we know, and the dogs are playing. Now we're all staying at distance, I suppose, so I don't know whether is that better than driving somewhere and not seeing anybody at all. I don't know. Anyway, this wasn't about that, it was just about my rollers, and I will now keep these in. I've done that little spritz and I will keep these in. I'll probably blast it now with the hairdryer. My good old Dyson, I have it on 3, so on the hottest. So yeah, that's me done. I will keep these in probably for about an hour, something like that. I don't ever time it, I just do it until they start to annoy me, because the ones at the bottom, or even like here, can just start to become really, really itchy. And when that happens, I will take them out. Or if I'm going out, you know, if I'm going out for a walk with Watson, then I'll take them out, etc, etc. So I shall come back and show you what it looks like when I first take them out, because it looks a bit crazy. Okie dokie, it's about an hour later, so I am gonna just start taking these out willy-nilly. And after this, I'm gonna go and make myself a nice cup of tea. I've actually not drank many teas today. Kev and I were saying we've been drinking a lot of tea, or he's been drinking it a lot just to get up from his desk. I don't know what my excuse is. But I haven't drunk as much as normal. Okay, that's all of those out. So you can see it looks as if it's going to be curly sometimes, but it's not. And I would say when you first take the rollers out, it looks a bit crazy. Some people like it, because I've sometimes done photos of this and people are like, oh yeah, it looks lovely. And then after about, I don't know, half an hour to an hour, it kind of flattens out. Not completely, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't go to all this trouble. That has left a bit of a kink from that clip, but it doesn't always do that. I'm just going to use my, what are these called again? Tangle teaser. yeah, in about half an hour, this will be how I really like it. But then tomorrow it definitely won't look quite as full. So you can see it really is quite voluminous. But like I said, tomorrow it will be a lot calmer and a lot more how I like it. Although, yeah, actually that's not too bad today. It's not too bad. I would be happy to keep it like that. And like I said, it won't stay like this overnight, but it will definitely keep more volume than if I just blow dried it normally. Just realised I was looking in the viewfinder there, wasn't I? Sorry. And I'm also noticing how bad my skin looks. The foundation I used today was that number 7 foundation drops. I usually love that. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that that was perhaps useful for you. Like I said, I know that some people were asking anyway. That's everything for today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll speak to you again soon.